हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हो आप लोग। स्टूडेंट्स, लास्ट वीडियो में मैं वर्ल्ड स्पेस प्रोग्राम के ऊपर 30 शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर के बारे में डिस्कस किया था, जो एग्ज़ाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है। बहुत सारे एग्ज़ाम में ये सब क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं। लास्ट वीडियो मीन्स पार्ट 1 आप लोगों को कैसा लगा प्लीज़ कमेंट कीजिएगा कमेंट सेक्शन में आके, ताकि मैं मेरा अगले हर एक वीडियो और इम्प्रूव और ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेटिव बना सकूँ। आज का वीडियो भी वर्ल्ड स्पेस प्रोग्राम के ऊपर है, जो है पार्ट 2। ये भी बहुत ख़ास होने वाला है। इस वीडियो में भी मैं 30 ऐसा शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर के बारे में डिस्कस किया हूँ, जो एग्ज़ाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो बिना किसी देरी के शुरू करते हैं आज का चैप्टर वर्ल्ड स्पेस प्रोग्राम पार्ट 2। स्टूडेंट्स, आज का फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट इज़ INSAT? INSAT stands for Indian National Satellite System. It is a multi-purpose geostationary satellite which was launched by ISRO. ISRO means Indian Space Research Organization. INSAT is used for telecommunications, broadcasting, meteorology, and search and rescue operations. This is the picture of INSAT. Next question is, what is IRS? IRS stands for Indian Remote Sensing Satellites. The IRS system is to provide remotely sensed data for the applications in the areas of agriculture, hydrology, geology, drought, and flood monitoring, etc. These are the pictures of IRS. Students, हम सब के मन में एक क्वेश्चन तो आया होगा, जो रोड पे जैसे कार वगैरह चलता है तो पेट्रोल डीजल पे चलता है, मगर रॉकेट का फ्यूल क्या है, रॉकेट चलता कैसे? तो नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज़, व्हाट इज़ रॉकेट प्रोपेलेंट? एक्चुअली रॉकेट में जो फ्यूल यूज़ होता है उसको बोला जाता है रॉकेट प्रोपेलेंट। अकॉर्डिंग टू द डिक्शनरी, प्रोपेलेंट मीन्स ए सब्सटेंस दैट प्रोपेल्स समथिंग, एंड इन द स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी रॉकेट प्रोपेलेंट इज एक्चुअली ए केमिकल और ए मिक्सचर ऑफ केमिकल्स यूज्ड एज ए फ्यूल फॉर ए रॉकेट इंजन। दे कैन आइदर बी सॉलिड और लिक्विड। ये सॉलिड भी हो सकता है, लिक्विड भी हो सकता है। Sounding rockets generally use solid propellants, whereas bulky rockets use a mixture of solid and liquid propellants. अभी जो नेक्स्ट फिलहाल में जो क्रायोजेनिक इंजन जो स्टार्ट हुआ है, क्रायोजेनिक इंजन, उसका जो फ्यूल है लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन एंड लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन, ये एज ए प्रोपेलेंट यूज़ होता है क्रायोजेनिक इंजन में। ये याद रखिएगा, जो द फ्यूल्स यूज इन द क्रायोजेनिक इंजन्स, दे आर द लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन LOX and liquid hydrogen. Students, now the fourth question is, what is geostationary orbit? Answer is, it is a circular orbit which is 35,785 km or 22,236 miles above the Earth's equator, and in which a satellite's orbital period is equal to the Earth's rotation period of 23 hours and 56 minutes. Meteorological and communication satellites are fixed in this orbit. So this is termed as geostationary orbit. Question number 5. What is geostationary satellite? The answer is, satellite that appears to be located at a fixed point in space when viewed from the Earth's surface. These type of satellites are located in the geosynchronous orbit, which is around 36,000 km above the Earth's equator, and thus this type of satellites move in time with the rotation of the Earth. Question number 6. What is the full form of PSLV? PSLV stands for Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. This type of launch vehicle is used for the launching IRS type of satellites. The PSLV was launched for the first time by ISRO on 20th September 1993, but unfortunately it was a failed mission. The first successful mission of PSLV was in 1994. This is a picture of PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. This is another important question for exam. Now the question number 7. What is the full form of GSLV? GSLV stands for Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle. This launch vehicle is designed, developed and operated by ISRO. The purpose of this launch vehicle is to launch satellites and other space objects into the GTO. GTO means Geosynchronous Transfer Orbit. These are the pictures of GSLV. Question number 8. What is the name of the first experimental satellite launch vehicle? The answer is SLV-3. SLV stands for Satellite Launch Vehicle 3. It was developed in 1980 and it was a 4-stage vehicle weighing 17 tons. Its height was 22 meters and it was capable of placing 40 kg payload in LEO, where LEO stands for Low Earth Orbit. These are the pictures of SLV-3. Now the question number 9. Who was the next chairman after Dr. Vikram Sarabhai? The answer is Professor Satish Dhawan. Professor Satish Dhawan succeeded Vikram Sarabhai as the chairman of the ISRO in 1972. He was also the chairman of the Space Commission and the secretary to Government of India in the Department of Space. Now the question number 10. What is the full form of SDSC? The answer is SDSC stands for Satish Dhawan Space Center. Satish Dhawan Space Center SDSC is located in Sriharikota in Nellore district, Andhra Pradesh. It is often termed as SDSC SHAR, where SHAR stands for Sriharikota Range. It is the spaceport of India. It is one of the lead centers of ISRO DOS. DOS means Department of Space. Now the question number 11. Which was India's first GEO communication satellite? GEO means Geostationary Earth Orbit. Which was the India's first GEO communication satellite? The answer is Apple, APPLE, where Apple stands for the Ariane Passenger Payload Experiment. It was launched into the GTO. GTO means Geosynchronous Transfer Orbit by the third development flight of ESA. ESA means European Space Agency's Ariane vehicle from Kourou on June 19, 1981. Its weight was 350 kg. For more than 2 years, it successfully served as a communication satellite for India. Apple was used in several fields of communication, including for the relay of TV program and radio networking. Now the question number 12. Which is the biggest ISRO center? The answer is, among the 21 centers of ISRO, the vssc is the biggest. vssc stands for Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. vssc is the lead center of ISRO, responsible for the design and the development of launch vehicle technology. Now the question number 13. What are the types of satellites according to the Earth orbit? The answer is, there are 3 types of the satellite according to the Earth orbit. They are first GEO. GEO stands for Geostationary Earth Orbit Satellites. Number 2 is MEO. MEO stands for Medium Earth Orbit Satellite. And the third is LEO. LEO. LEO stands for Low Earth Orbit Satellite. So these are the 3 types of satellites according to the Earth orbit. Next, question number 14. What are the types of satellite according to their applications? There are 4 types of satellites according to their applications. Number 1 is a communication satellite. Number 2, the Earth observation satellite. Number 3 is navigational satellite. And number 4 is astronomical satellite. Now the question number 15. It is a very important question. The question is, what is cryogenic engine? The answer is, a cryogenic rocket engine is an engine that are designed for liquid fuels that have to be held at very low cryogenic temperatures to remain liquid. They would otherwise be gas at normal temperatures. Liquid oxygen, or the LOX, and the liquid hydrogen, that is LH2, are basically used in the cryogenic engines. The cryogenic temperatures vary depending upon the propellants, with liquid oxygen existing below minus 183 degrees Celsius, whereas liquid H2 means hydrogen is below minus 253 degrees Celsius. Since one or more of the propellants is in the liquid phase, all cryogenic rocket engines are by definition liquid propellant rocket engines. Now the question number 16. Which country has cryogenic engines at present? The answer is the US, United States, Russia, Japan, India, France and China are the only countries in the world that have operational cryogenic rocket engines. This is also a very important question for exam point of view. Now the question number 17. What is International Space Week? The UN has declared 4th October to 10th October as the International Space Week. The week is significant because the first artificial satellite Sputnik was launched by the USSR on 4th October 1957 and the International Space Peace Covenant was signed on 10th October 1967. Now the question number 18. Who is the founder of NASA? NASA का full form तो पता ही होगा. NASA means National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The answer is President Dwight Eisenhower is known as the founder of NASA. In July 1958, Eisenhower had signed the National Aeronautics and Space Act with the T.K. Glennan as the first administrator and H.L. Tridon as the deputy administrator of NASA. This agency opened for business on 1st October 1958. Now the question number 19. What is SpaceX? The answer is the full form of SpaceX is Space Exploration. SpaceX was the first private company to make a rocket that used liquid propellant that reached orbit. Space Exploration Technologies Corp, i.e. SpaceX in short, is an America-based aerospace company which was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk. Its headquarters is in Hawthorne, California, USA. Now the question number 20. What is the aim of SpaceX? The answer is the aim of SpaceX was to reduce the space transportation costs and ultimately developing a sustainable colony on Mars. Now the question number 21. What is ISS? The answer is ISS stands for International Space Station. Actually, it is a large spacecraft in the Earth orbit. It serves as a home where astronauts and cosmonauts live. Now the question number 22. What was the first space station? The answer is Salyut 1. Salyut 1 was the world's first space station which was launched by Soviet Union on 19th April 1971. It was launched into the LEO means low Earth orbit. This station formed a single rectangular room in structure. Now the question number 23. What are the countries that made the International Space Station in 2000? The answer is the ISS means International Space Station is a collaboration of 5 space agencies, i.e. NASA, Roscosmos in Russia, JAXA in Japan, ESA is Europe and CSA from Canada. This space station is the largest till date. Now the question number 24. What is GPS? GPS stands for Global Positioning System. It is a group of 31 well-spaced satellites that orbit the Earth and make it possible for the people with ground receiver to pinpoint their geographic location. GPS is originally termed as Napster GPS. Napster GPS. This system is owned by US government and operated by US Space Force. Now the question number 25. What is the full form of GNSS? The answer is GNSS stands for Global Navigational Satellite System. GNSS refers to the International Multi-Constellation Satellite System, and this includes GPS, Glonass, beidou, Galileo and any other constellation system. Next is the question number 26. what is the name of the Indian GNSS? GNSS stands for Global Navigational Satellite System. The answer is IRNSS. IRNSS stands for Indian Regional Navigational Satellite System, which is also known as NAV-IC. It stands for Navigation with Indian Constellation. It is a group of 7 satellites that provides GPS service in India. Next, question number 27. What is GLONASS? The answer is, it is a Russian GNSS that works alongside GPS, and it provides an alternative to GPS. GLONASS is the second navigational system in operation after GPS with a global coverage and of comparable precision. Roscosmos in Russia operates the GLONASS. Now the question number 28. What is qzss? The answer is, qzss stands for Quasi-Zenith Satellite System. It is the regional satellite system from Japan, and thus it is often termed as Japanese GPS. Now the question number 29. What is beidou and Galileo? The answer is, beidou is a Chinese satellite navigational system, whereas Galileo is the European GNSS system. Now the last question, question number 30. What is the difference between GPS and GLONASS? The answer is, there are few differences between GPS and GLONASS. They are: number 1, the US GPS network includes 31 satellites, whereas GLONASS uses 24 satellites. Number 2, GPS positioning accuracy is 3.5 to 7.8 meter, while GLONASS is having 5 to 10 meter. Thus, GPS is much more accurate than GLONASS. Number 3, GPS operates at 1.57542 GHz, that is L1 signal, whereas GLONASS operates at 1.602 GHz. Actually, GLONASS is not having any significant advantages over GPS, but it is used as a backup of GPS. Whenever GPS signals are lost, then GLONASS supports the system. तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये वीडियो आप लोगों को कैसा लगा कमेंट सेक्शन में आके ज़रूर कमेंट कीजिएगा। अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा और इन्फॉर्मेटिव लगा तो काइंडली लाइक और शेयर ज़रूर कीजिएगा, और मेरे नेक्स्ट वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशन के लिए ये चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा। तब तक के लिए जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम।